Hi everyone, my name is Sylvia Turman, and this is Daniela Barraza and Rico Smith, and today we'll be talking about diversity and inclusion in the outdoors.
For me, I think inclusion is that anybody who wants to be in a certain space feels safe in that space and accepted in that space.
For me, just to add to what both of you said, I think inclusion just means being in those spaces and not just being there, but feeling like you're supposed to be there, because we are supposed to be there, just feeling accepted and safe in those spaces.
Well, it goes back just historically. For a long, long time, we weren't welcome in those areas, and we weren't not only not welcome, we weren't allowed to. During times of segregation, many state parks, particularly in the east and in the south, we were not allowed to even enter these parks. And then as migration, headed west, we were black people, people of color, were starting to, move into areas where they had never been black people before, and so there was also some resistance to people coming into these areas that previously weren't welcome. So it's taken a long time for black people and people of color to feel comfortable being able to go to some of these places.
I think that national parks, and unfortunately we don't have a lot of statistics for BLM public lands, but for national parks, even if people of color, we don't go out to national parks, doesn't necessarily mean that we're not outside already in a different capacity that just goes under the radar.
Our platform can just be a visible platform of just people seeing us out here doing these things, and I'd like to do that. That's pretty cool. And seeing an African American man or like a young Latino woman out here doing these things, it's a powerful image to see. So we have a generation of kids now they're growing up on social media. They're growing up where they can just go online and they can see, women that look just like them, or men that look just like them, young people look just like them, out here doing these activities that they may have always thought was a pretty cool thing to do.
So for me, I think the representation matters, because I want other generations, even some generations that are older than me and younger than me, to see that we've just been telling ourselves that, or other people have just been telling us we're not supposed to be in these spaces, but here's proof that we can be in these spaces.
Is there something that you're interested in, research it, look into it, and you find out there's a local club or someone and have them show you or take you out, and don't feel like you can't do it because it's something you've never done before, or people in your social group or your cultural group or your racial group, it's not something that they do, because I guarantee you there's people out there just like you that are doing these activities. You may not see them, but they're out there.
Like if you see something that's happening that isn't right, or something that is excluding a certain population, to try to speak up and advocate for them if you're in this space to do so.
I would want them to just, first and foremost, be open-minded to all of our different experiences, because we all come from different backgrounds and we're all going to have slightly different opinions on things. People of color are not just this one gigantic thing where we're all the same. We're all very different. We all come from different backgrounds.
You don't have to have expensive specialized equipment to get out and do these things.
Like Sylvia and I, we really enjoy birding, and it's not something that you have to go to Costa Rica to do. Mm-hmm. You can do that in your backyard. Yeah. Here at Las Cruces, you can just see a dirt road and see where it takes you. You're probably on public lands, and you don't have to go find a certain peak that you want to hike, or find a certain special site or a special type of trail. You can just go wherever and just wander around. Wherever you work or whatever outdoor hobby you like to participate in, just think about take a moment to reflect on how you can make a small change to make it more inclusive.
Just small stuff that you can do, like if you see someone on a hike, like, you know, make eye contact, speak, things like that. I want to know that when I go there, not only is the big national park as a whole inviting me there and welcoming to me there, I want to know that people that are there are also welcoming.